Hello friends, this is BellaGemaNails and I'm going to Hello friends. Alright. Hello friends, this is BellaGemaNails and I'm going to be bringing you this delightful DIY project. In my last video, sunglasses collection, I had shown you a pair of glasses that I had embellished, and so I thought, why not do it for you all again today? So if you want to learn how to embellish and personalize your own glasses, keep on watching. The next project I'm going to show you is how to embellish sunglasses. Now, what you're going to be looking for when buying a pair of sunglasses that you're going to embellish is thicker frames, because that's going to allow you to properly set the glue on top and adhere the stones. So I already have set aside the stones that I'm going to be using here. They're quite big. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is measure the outline of where you're going to be putting the stones to make sure that every one of these embellishments is going to fit. This is something that I've been doing for quite some time now, so it will make any pair of sunglasses look that much more beautiful. So I'm so excited to share with you. If you want to watch and learn how to do this, just keep on watching. We're going to be putting glue directly on the stone as opposed to the sunglasses, because we want to be able to get the glue in the little crevice that I'm going to be setting the stone on top of. I don't want to put it directly here because the glue may shift, but if I have glue on the actual embellishment, I have more control, so keep that in mind. So what I've done is I've covered the lenses because I want to make sure I don't get glue over them. And I've already thought about what I'm going to be putting on the actual glasses so that they can adhere and look symmetrical. So I've already adhered the first one there, because that's your point of reference. You want to line everything as properly as possible. So now that we covered the lenses, we're going to embellish the rest of the frames. Now we are going to put glue directly on the frame there. Some charms are domed, so don't fill it with glue inside. Just put it on the frame and then balance the charm over the glue. Okay, now don't put the charm close to the frame, because then you may not be able to see, or it'll obstruct your vision and it may feel a bit uncomfortable. So take a visual assessment as per usual. This glue moves, but for the most part, it stays pretty much intact. So although you have quite a bit of leeway in drying time, you'll still want to work relatively fast, and you want them to touch as much as possible. You don't want them separated. I really don't want to see the frames. You can separate them if you want. I guess it's personal preference. I choose not to do it that way. You're going to try to hold them in place for a little bit until it gets tacky. Another piece of advice: make sure this center stone is already on solid before you start doing the other sides, because it's going to be an anchor to the rest of the stones that you're going to be putting closely by, because it's all interlocking, I guess you could say. So this one is interlocking into that one, and this one as well, and so is this one into the divots of the stone. So you want to make sure that the center stone is the anchor. So now that this side has dried, not fully, but they are definitely adhered to the frames, we're going to work on the right side. Now you will have to baby this while it's drying. You're gonna have to keep touching them and pressing them and holding them upright because you don't want the glasses to shift. And this process will take you about 10 minutes to kind of baby it one side at a time. Now I'm also going to be adding chain, so you could see the chain on the back side where the gems are, because I want a chain dangle accent. So hold the frames. Make sure you already have your gems lined up on how you're going to be maneuvering and placing them. I have already taken a visual assessment and mapped it out, okay? Carefully apply the glue. Now I like to place them when it's kind of goopy, but in this particular case, I think if you've never done this before, let it get a little tacky. So give it a few minutes before you place the embellishments. Now that the glue is a little tacky, we're going to start setting the stones. Now remember that we're using the center placed embellishment as the anchor. So I put the pearls in between the rhinestone to be able to anchor the gem because they're pretty heavy. And you want to make sure that they stay on and shift minimally, because then you could get glue everywhere and then it becomes a nightmare project and you'll hate it. Remember to keep an eye and keep touching them so that they don't shift. You want them to stay in place. You'll keep doing this. You're going to keep tapping these until they feel like they won't shift. And at that point, you could leave them be and let them dry. So if you look up close in this little area here, there's quite a bit of a gap. And I mean, we could live without doing anything to that little space, but not me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be placing a cubic zirconia right there and right there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to place the chain on top of the frame. Make sure you don't peel this tape off when they're still wet because it can shift the stones. So you want to make sure that they are on pretty solid before you rip the tape off. Let this dry. So while they're drying, I'm going to be placing some pearl dangles on the ends of this chain. Now I've done this so that it could look like I'm wearing long pearl earrings, but it's really part of the glasses. So these are real pearls. So I wanted to show you the close-up view of the finished product. You could see where I adhered the cubic zirconias right in between any gaps. It was unnecessary really, but in the end it just, for me, looks better that all the gaps are filled. I'll show you a short clip of what it looks like when they're gleaming in sunlight. So what I thought about with this design in particular was I wanted to add the chain detailing so that it could look like I'm wearing dangly earrings. Now these are real pearls, but you can use any embellishment that you'd like for your design. And I used a gold chain, which I lined up right across the frame here. And I used different embellishments for every one of the stones on the frame. Always keep in mind when you're going to be embellishing sunglasses is you're going to want a wider frame, and you want glasses that are substantial and feel sturdy. You don't want a thin frame. These were $4, and I bought them because I knew they would be perfect for this design since I wanted a pearl looking pair of sunglasses, so it combines very well with this neutral color. So let me know what you all think. Pop a comment below if you'd like to see more videos like this, and I will see you next time. Bye.